welcome back to my channel. I am Ninth House Jupiter, and in today's video we're going to be talking all about the Libra Moon. Now, I'm sure as many of you know, the moon is one of the big three things that you need to know to understand about yourself and other people around you, to work out their basic personality traits, what their sun, moon and rising sign is. But the moon sign it's actually the inner part of us. It's the more private part. It's not what people see when they first meet you. That is your rising sign. It's not how you express yourself. That is your sun sign. So the moon is your deep inner self. The moon is representing our emotions, our feelings, how we react to things. It will tell us what we sort of need in this lifetime to make us feel emotionally fulfilled, and will also give us an indication of what type of mom we had, really, what type of mother you had, how you were raised, how you were nourished. So Libra moons, let's have a look what it's like to have your moon in Libra. This is an air moon and it has a cardinal modality. So the air deals with the thinking and the communicating, and the cardinal means to create and initiate. So Libra moons are very creative, and also all cardinal signs are the leaders of the zodiac. They have that strong leadership quality about them. Libra is also ruled by the planet of Venus, and Venus is the planet of love and beauty, peace, harmony, like the arts in effect. Venus is a very beautiful planet, and it has a very beautiful aura around it, and it also represents the 7th house in the birth chart, and the 7th house is all about relationships. This is the part of the chart that we get to that deals with other people in your life. So if your moon is in Libra, this basically forces you to consider others and be aware of others. When the moon is in Libra, we're basically talking about a Venus moon here, and in terms of your emotions and your feelings, you are literally being forced to consider other people around you all the time. This is a very balanced sign. Venus at Libra is represented by the scales, by balance, and if you even think about the glyph that's used for Libra, that actually represents the horizon. So when the sun is setting or when the sun is rising, just basically in a very peaceful and tranquil state. And that is what Libra moons are all about: being peaceful, being harmonious, focused on relationships with other people. They have such a natural charm about them when they are talking with people, because this is an air sign. Air signs, we're talking about thinking and communicating, so they're effective communicators. And with Venus ruling here, it makes them very attractive when they are talking, and in general they seek peace and harmony around them. They will always think about other people's emotions and feelings before they make a decision. They won't make a decision literally based off just exactly what they want, because as I said, this is the 7th house of relationships. When we get to Libra, we're talking about the 7th house that deals with relationships, contract partners, business partners, friendships, and just in general the energy that you're compatible with, like what's in your 7th house, because that is an energy in terms of long-term relationships that you're suitable with. This is the commitment house, it's the house of marriage, and this is one of the reasons, of course, why Libra moons are focused on finding that partner and being with someone that they can have a long-term committed relationship with, because they do better actually and work better with other people in many aspects of their life. Libra moons rely on other people, I would say, to a degree, in order to feel comfort within themselves. Of course, unless you had some heavy Sag, Aquarius, possibly Virgo energy, then you might be a little bit better at having time by yourself and being completely alone. But Libra moons isn't this sign that wants to be on their own. It's not that they can't be by themselves for a little while, it's just that they prefer to be with other people. And in general, with friends and in these situations, Libra moons will often have different groups of friends, probably from a young age growing up, just different groups of friends that you can jump in and out of. This is as I keep saying, the relationship moon signs. They really understand what types of people to bring together, what type of people work well together, and are really good at playing that middle ground person. As we know, Libra moons and the Libra archetype in general, sun, moon, rising, stelliums, any 7th house stelliums, we know that this is not a confrontational energy. To be fair, Libras don't really like confrontation, because Aries, the opposite to Libra, They are one of the most confrontational signs that exist out of the zodiac, and they're very, very quick fire reactions with their emotions. A Libra moon isn't so quick fired with their reaction because this is air that we're talking about. They deal with thinking and communicating, being practical and logical. So they will often put thought in before reacting to somebody, and can often play through their mind what they might want to say to someone before they say it. Aries, the opposite, is very, very argumentative, and I don't think that Libra moons are argumentative, really. As I said, they don't like confrontation, but they like a debate. Oh, don't you like a debate, Libra moons? And you know how sharp you can be with your tongue, how quick you can be with your words. So even though it's the opposite to Aries, and you're going to have opposite traits to that, of course, it's going to cross over some similarities there. So Libra moons might come across argumentative, as in if somebody starts with them and they feel that this is something they should definitely stand up for, then they will respond, and they've got a sharp tongue, but it's much more of a passive aggressiveness rather than the direct aggressiveness of Aries. So as a rule, in general, Libra moons don't like upsetting people and don't head out there looking for confrontation or anything like that. We are talking about a Venus moon here, so they prefer to keep the peace and harmony. Venus, as we know, deals with aesthetics, really, and beauty. So in one way, shape or form, Libra moons need beauty around them. Now, I'm not just talking materialistically, but it can manifest in that way. So Libra moons will often be more concerned with the way that they look, to have nice clothes on, a beautiful home, and just enjoy beautiful settings in general. But what I actually think it is with Libra moons is that they have an eye for beauty. Wherever they go, in whatever situation, whoever they're around, they can often find beautiful things in people and see beautiful things around other people that other people can't see, just in settings, in food, if you was out shopping, interior design, anything. They have just got that eye on how to make things look a little bit more beautiful in essence. And it does really depend, I guess, on what house is your moon sign in. It's going to play out differently depending on where your house is. For example, if you Libra moon in the 4th, then you probably, whether or not you probably have always dreamed of having the most beautiful home in the world. If you've got your moon up in the 10th house, then you really you want a beautiful career, and you definitely are going to rely on work with other people in your career. If you had Libra moon in your 2nd house, for example, with maybe let's say Venus there, then you're going to be a bit of an overspender. Ooh, you're going to be a bit of an overspender and like overspend on lavish things, really, and elegance and sophistication. There is that elegance, sophistication and beauty that's linked with Libra moons. This is one of my favourite moon signs to talk about, and just my favourite. It's a bit of a competition, but you know, this is borderline one of my favourite moon signs, because who can't get on with a Libra moon? Like, these people like to be liked. Libra moons like to be liked. That's one thing you have to watch out for. The trait heavily linked with Libras is being people pleasers. You don't like upsetting everybody. You want to just like, hi everyone, yeah, you're right. Just very nice. This is the most diplomatic moon sign, hands down. Very diplomatic, very charismatic, very likable. It's just easy to get on with the Libra moon. I think if you can't get on with the Libra moon, it might be you. That's the problem. Might just look at yourself there. But in general, like my brother is a Libra moon. Growing up with him, I've never come across somebody so fair and so balanced. I mean, I was a pretty annoying little sister, as you can probably imagine. And he used to just, it would take him a while to react to me. Like, in general, he seeks peace and harmony, and one skill he's got, and this is something that Libra moons are really good at, is being the mediator of people. If there is a confrontational situation happening, or two groups of people have fell out, then they will fairly listen to side A, they will fairly listen to side B, they won't be quick to judge, and they're just balanced with it. The scales, similar to Virgo moons, I think Libra moons are actually very perceptive and hyper aware when it comes to emotions of other people. We are talking about Venus, the planet of others, and the emotions. So you add those two together, Libra moons are forced to deal with and accept and be aware of how other people are feeling. And Libra moons are really good people to talk to because they are such good listeners, and they can listen objectively to what's going on and remain emotionally detached from things. This is an air moon that's definitely concerned with how other people are feeling about things, and you take other people's feelings very, very seriously, and you're aware of them and take them into consideration in so many elements and factors into your life. You're always going to be thinking, well, how's this going to affect them? How's this going to affect them? But what about this? But what about that? Sometimes can overthink. Libra moons, you can overthink sometimes. There's definitely indecisiveness there with the Libra archetype in general. And I guess because we're talking about an air moon here and the emotions, this is somebody who will intellectualize how they feel and spend a lot of time kind of mulling over how they're feeling about things. Of course, unless you've got some heavy water placements there, you've got a water sun or rising sign, or some heavy, water house energy, stelliums in a water house, and it might play out a bit differently. You might be more emotional in terms of crying and stuff like that. But Libra moons typically are not the most emotional people outwardly, but typically Libra moons just spend a lot of time thinking and analysing about how they're feeling. With that indecisiveness there, Libra moons can definitely struggle sometimes to make that firm decision. Aries, the opposite, they make decisions so fast. They don't put any thought into it, they just go. And Libra moons can often, I guess, maybe have a tendency just to procrastinate on things and ideas that they want to do because of the overthinking. But this is a cardinal sign, so you guys are so creative and you're really good initiators and really strong leaders. So I think it's very important that Libra moons have some sort of creative outlet that they can focus on, and should definitely take charge of things. So that's just something to be aware of. Sometimes you just got to make that firm decision and go, right, that's what I'm doing, and stick to it and let it be. And I mean, where's your Mars sign? Where's your Mars at in your chart? Because the Mars is your action, energy, drive, passion, intent, all of that. So if you're a Libra moon and you're generally, really nice, kind, people-pleasing, but you've got, Mars in Aries, Mars in the first house, or Mars in any fire sign, then you probably already are a little bit more direct and more spontaneous and more daredevil-y. But the Libra and Aries energies actually, they complement each other, they're opposite signs. So, Aries probably need Libra moons around them to, sometimes remind them to think a little bit and think before they act. And on the complete reverse, Libra moon, sometimes you need that Aries energy around you to just make you do it without much thought and just literally go for it. The moon represents the mother, so if you're a Libra moon, it's going to mean that in one way or another your mum is most likely going to be a Venus dominated female. So she could be, Libra sun, moon and rising, Taurus sun, moon and rising, or heavy second house, seventh house energy. There's going to be some Venus influence there. And if it's positively aspected in your chart, then your mum was probably quite a sophisticated and elegant woman, really good at building relationships and a naturally charming nature. People just love her and really easy to get on with, and she's very focused on people around her and building her relationships. But if it's not so positively aspect in your chart, then it might actually mean for Libra moons, growing up you would have actually been quite heavily affected as a result directly of your mother's relationships. And Libra is usually balanced. If it's not so positively aspected, it could mean that your mum wasn't actually that balanced really as a person. But there are so many different things in a birth chart. This is intricate detail that will explain and reveal why you have the relationship with your mum that you do. So I'm not saying it's one way or the other. These are general traits of how it could play out. But let me know in the comments, what was the relationship like with your mum? Because you're so focused on other people's emotions and feelings, you might always not put yourself and your own emotions and feelings and needs first. So just watch out for that and make sure you're taking time out for yourself. And sometimes in this lifetime, you've got to just be direct and straight to the point and just rip the band-aid off and get it over there. And you can't, you know, not everyone's going to like you. You can't worry thinking, oh my gosh, I want to make sure this person likes me. I don't want them to think anything. Like, no, you know, we can't please everyone in life. Some people just won't like you for the silliest of reasons, but that's their prerogative. Most people will love Libra moons. As I said, this is such a likable, lovable, super charming energy. My partner actually is a Libra moon. I absolutely love the Libra moon energy. Is so balanced, so calm, so logical about things. You know, I'm not always the most logical person. I can be pretty fiery with my reactions and how I approach things, and he is not that way inclined and calms me down in effect. But also work on allowing yourself to really feel emotions deeply instead of always intellectualizing them or thinking about them. Don't spend too long procrastinating on things. As I said, be direct, make the decision and just go for it, because I promise you when you do that, the things that will come, this is cards and all. We're talking about the 7th house. This is an angular house. This is a prominent, powerful energy that exists out the zodiac. But overall, Libra moons are so skilled at anticipating other people's needs and so focused on others. You prefer to be around other people so you can bounce your ideas off. You love another point of view, and you love also being able to speak and communicate and flex your mental skill set. You have a really good vocabulary. Loads of people. Who doesn't like Libra moons? I'm confused. Who can't get on really easily with a Libra moon? As I said, this is one of the easiest signs to get on with out of all 12, and one of my personal favourite moons out of the 12. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. That was my video on the Libra moon. If there was anything that I said that you liked or could relate to, then drop me a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then please subscribe. Come with me on my astro journey through YouTube. Coming up in my next video, I'm looking forward to this one. I've got a fair few Scorpio moons around me. We're going to be talking all about the Scorpio moon. So I'll see you in my next video.